Hello, everybody. My name is Gert from SEOleverage.com. This is this week's Ask Me Anything call. We do these calls every Friday at 10 a.m. Central European Time. Check out Google and ask them whenever this is in your time zone. Happy to accept your questions. Send them to support at SEOleverage.com. My team is going to be as kind as to sending those to me so we can deal with them in these calls. We also take a note of questions that we have been receiving in our coaching program over the last days, and also on client calls, so we can address them, because these are obviously questions that everybody has, or many people might have. And one of those questions, for example, is about crawl depth. What is the crawl depth of a page? So this is very important, because you very often will see pages not getting any traffic, any traction from Google, just because they are buried within the structure of your website. So what we want to express with crawl depth is how often do I need to click from the home page in order to reach a certain article. And if this is, for example, a blog post that's on page 15 of your category, and you need to click pagination all the time to get there, it might be crawl depth 15 or so, and there is just hardly going to be any way of Google really taking this article into account. You want to have your main articles and the main articles you are creating for traffic be available after 2 or 3 clicks from the homepage. So in an ideal structure, you would have on the homepage links to your so-called pillar pages, which is like the most important pages, most important articles or topics on your website. And those pillar pages should be giving access or direct links to the articles relevant for those topics. This way, you've got one click from the homepage to the pillar page, and a second click from the pillar page to the respective articles. If you then have some blog posts that are not very good but still references in the certain topics, you can add a third level and say, okay, you click to the pillar, from the homepage to the pillar page, from the pillar page to the topic article, from the topic article, you then click further. And this way you get like a structure where a lot of link juice can flow to the important content, because if the link juice needs to flow through 15 stages, there's not going to be too much left for the article that's being linked to on page 15 of a category. So crawl depth means bringing articles closer to the homepage, and the distance is really measured in the amount of clicks you are going to need from the homepage in order to get there. The next question is about image alternative text. So I'm not sure if you know this, but images on a website can have a so-called alternative text. If you remember the old times where very often there was an image that didn't load well, etc. Sometimes in the image square, there was like a little text showing. This is the alternative text. This is also the text people with sighted disabilities, blind people, are going to be using in order to get an idea what the image is about. So if they use some devices in order to consume the website's content, they really rely on the alternative text in order to be able to consume the entire content of the page. This is very important for accessibility anyway, but it is also important for Google, because Google wants to assure they show websites that follow the accessibility guidelines. And also Google has an image search. Many niches rely heavily on traffic coming from the image searches, and in order to rank your images, Google is going to take into account the alternative text, but also the surrounding text around the images. So definitely yes, all images should have an alternative text, first for accessibility, second for image search rankings. A client reached out and said, my site has mobile usability issues. What should I do? Mobile usability issues are usually reported by Google in their Search Console. So if you don't know what this is, Google Search Console right now and make sure your site is added to Google Search Console. There's a very easy process to do this. And Google is going to inform you about major issues concerning your site. You're able to do some configurations in there. And one of the things Google alerts you about is mobile usability issues. And mobile usability issues means, for example, if you're on a mobile phone, you might have different elements too close together. So there's not really a way to press one of those elements without also pressing the other one. This would be a mobile usability issue. Another mobile usability issue Google reports is when the page is wider than the mobile screen. So there is some programming issue, not adapting the site properly. And then you have like a horizontal scrolling, which is very annoying. Google doesn't like this, users don't like this. So Google is going to inform you about this. Mobile usability issues in most cases are really related to the theme's programming. So if you use a theme, if you have a design programmed and you have mobile issues, you might want to go back to the developer of this theme or your web developer and see how you can fix those. In many sites, maybe 70-80% of the sites we see in our audits get at least half of the traffic from mobile phones. So you really want to make sure your site works very well on a mobile phone. My recommendation always is to navigate your page once a week with a mobile phone with the Wi-Fi switched off, because the Wi-Fi would cover certain performance issues on mobile phones, and just try to finish certain very common tasks on your website. So finding the contact page, purchasing a product, informing yourselves about the pricing, consuming a case study, checking out the videos, etc. And then see if there are any issues with your mobile phone. Maybe also grab the mobile phone of your spouse, your friend, and try with their mobile phone, because iPhones and Android devices don't react the same. And you're going to find out quite a few things where elements are overlapped, elements are too close together, font sizes are not shown exactly in the same way, etc. So definitely check this out and fix those issues. A quick note, there's a book coming out. You might have heard about our Erica framework if you have been following us for a while. Erica is the framework we use for our consulting. Whenever we work with a project over time, we apply the Erica framework. And the Erica framework is going to make sure we tackle the most important elements of SEO on a bi-weekly basis. Usually we have 2 calls a month with the Erica client, with most of them, and we follow this framework. So E is for evolution. We want to make sure everybody knows what's the evolution of our site, but also evolution of competitor sites. R stands for research. We do research on keywords, research on the technical side of things, research on competitors. I stands for interlinking. We want to link internally and externally in an appropriate way and be aware of new links coming in. This is also important because sometimes links can be negative that come in from competitors, etc., and you want to be aware of those. C stands for content. We definitely need to optimize content. We need to keep content fresh. We need to create content with a purpose. I don't want you to create content and then see if it's going to rank, if it's not going to rank. You want to create content with the best intention to have it ranking and driving traffic. And then A stands for action steps. Action steps meaning every time we do this analysis and we go through this framework, both the clients and we are going to have action steps for the next 2 weeks to work on in order to drive the organic traffic forward. This concept has become so important to us that I decided to create a book about it. So we are probably going to launch this on our website next week. It's going to go on Amazon soon as well. So definitely check out our website. It's seoleverage.com in the next days, and you're going to be able to get the book. And there's also a lot of SEO advice, some case studies, etc. in there. So it's definitely worth checking it out. If there are no questions for the moment, just let me repeat again. If you have any questions, send them to support@seoleverage.com. I'm going to be happy to answer your questions in one of these calls, and probably directly by email, and can help you and direct you to the corresponding place or give you some guidance in a moment. And then we talk a little bit more in these calls about those questions coming in. if there's nothing else, I would say let's leave it here for this week. I wish you a great weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for following SEO Leverage. We're trying our best to help you guys leverage organic traffic for your business growth. And if there's anything we can do at some point to help you do this, give you an additional impulse, or accompany you a few months in your process, definitely reach out to us, drop us a line, schedule a call with me on the contact section of our website. And I'm happy to tell you what we can do for your site in a certain time frame. Thank you very much. My name is Gert Mellak. Have a great day. Bye.